Hi guys, today is a big one. This is gonna be different. I cannot begin and finish this book within one video. It's not possible. I'm talking about The Art of Loving by Erich Fromm. This book was first published in the year 1956, and it's been there. Again, I have to give credit to my boss who introduced me to this book. You know, when he gives these speeches and he's speaking and he'll suddenly throw in a quote and say, you gotta read that book, and you go like, I gotta read that book. So, okay. There are a lot of books that are reading books. You read them, you attain knowledge. This is a doing book. Like a coloring book is a doing book. It's an action book. You gotta do it, or a craft book, or a journal. You gotta be in action with the book, and this book is like that. You are open to new ideas about love, of love, and then you must take action. But before we take action, this is an introduction to the book, or a part one, and then we'll touch important points later. So I'm going to take 2 slots of your time to convince you or nudge you to read this book. Okay, first things first. Somewhere in the first chapter, he says, love is an active power in man. As I was saying, an action book. Love is an active power in man, a power which breaks through the walls which separate man from his fellow men, which unites him with others. Love makes him overcome the sense of isolation and separateness, yet it permits him to be himself, to retain his integrity. In love, the paradox occurs that 2 beings become one, yet remain 2. The book begins and is about separateness, how we're separated from our mother, from nature, from earth, and how we're constantly, for the rest of our lives, trying to be united. And this unison, this coming together, is love. He also, I think, very rightly says that love is action. Love cannot be said, done, can't be a belief. You gotta do it. The way Erich Fromm puts together his thoughts and breaks it piece by piece, idea by idea, not giving you or the reader more than they can chew at one stretch, is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful quality. Now, why is this book so well read and has survived so many years and is relevant in today's context? Is because Erich Fromm, our writer, was a psychoanalyst. He, of course, was from Nazi Germany. He was around, he's seen the war, and moved to the United States, where he later became a citizen. So there is a context of history. He's seen it in facts. He has studied and has that intellectual part of him, while also the life experiences that kind of back him up show through in his words, show through in the entirety of the book. So the book has some very rational thoughts about love, about this experience that we all talk about. Love is falling, and it is blind, and it's just an upsurge of emotion. But he breaks it down. He breaks this upsurge of emotion down to a rational thought. He keeps saying again and again, and so truly, love is an art. It is a skill. And like any other skill that we take years to to master the art of reading and writing. We start at a very young age in school to learn alphabets and words and then learn to put them together. And at some point of time, after 15, 20, sometimes 30 years, we can then be poised in our communications. It takes a lot of time, and the same, I think, will go for love, for me, because after reading this book, as I am reading this book rather, in that active verse of Eric Fromm, I am realizing that I am still probably in second grade or third grade when it comes to the skill of love, and there's so much to learn, there's so much to actively be involved for and of. Now, here comes something very important, and I will leave you with this before I come with the next piece about the book. I really hope by that point of time you grabbed this book and found it on some shelf or in some library. It's readily available, and get reading. But here it goes. This is the purpose of love. And that is why love is so rare these days. Love without goals. Love in which the only thing of importance is the act of loving itself. In this kind of love, it is being and not consuming that plays the key role. It's a human self-expression. Fromm very rightly towards the end of the book connects consumerism to love. We now want to experience it and buy the best situation where we can feel the emotion, that romantic dinner, that amazing date, or that lovely dress that's going to make him fall in love with me. Everything is become such a commodity that we've forgotten. I had forgotten, I assure you, that love is just a self-expression. It's not a commodity. It is all-encompassing. And as the book says, and I would like to believe so, love is an emotion that once you have for yourself and others is almost universal. You can't love this person and not love that person, or love other people and not love yourself. Love is self-expression. We're either learning it, we either haven't begun to learn it, or we're well on our way to being skilled at the art of love. I will meet you at the next part where we go through the book a little more.